opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or messages posted in chat are strictly their own personal views and do not reflect the views of B0LIN Services, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nor does it reflect the views of the sponsors of this program. Political commentary, if any, are strictly personal opinions and should not be construed as endorsements of or opposition to any political party, candidate, or voter initiative by B0LIN Services, Inc. This audio-visual presentation is copyrighted by Kenneth W. B0LIN. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with warning. This show has lots of, bad language when Kenny gets mad, some bad language when Bob gets mad, but lots of good language when you guys donate, which is what we want you to do.
Yeah.
Look at this right here on the right side of the screen.
I see that.
Donate. PayPal.
Little new thing there to help out the help the market.
Special highly valued sponsors there on the bottom, and goodbye.
Oh, did we already get one? I didn't even get to read it. Summarize for me.
You rode Jimmy's coattails your whole life.
Well, fuck! I thought we all knew that.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a secret.
No.
Well, shit.
You don't know how
you know what? I forgot to go in and set up the studio.
All you ever did was ride Jimmy's car.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a matter of fact, I had a dream about Jimmy last night. And Danny Davis. I had a dream. I'll tell the dream a little later. We'll see how the donations go. But I had a dream about Jimmy and Danny Davis. A three-way dance. Danny was off to the left of me. Jimmy off to the right. Jimmy looked like he was in.
Jokers to the right.
Here I am. Jimmy looked to be maybe in his late 30s, early 40s. Mm-hmm. Danny looked to be in his 50s, and I couldn't see myself, so I don't know. And we were doing an autograph signing together, and we all obviously had heat with each other. I wasn't even aware that Jimmy and Danny had heat. I wasn't even really aware that I had heat with Danny, other than that I blocked Danny when he did not donate to help Rico. And Dean Hill did not donate to help Rico when Rico was in need. So I blocked both of them. Well, I've patched things up with Dean to a degree, but Dean won't do my show anymore because he says, well, I don't know what we talk about, Kenny. I've been out of wrestling for a long time. I said, well, I've been out longer than you. So we had a 17-year history together. I think there would be plenty to talk about.
A few memories that you brought back.
I think there might be a couple of things we could cover. I do have the announcement that I am going to be starting a new podcast without Bob. I'm ditching him on Wednesday nights.
Finally.
Bob says, thank God. No, Bill Apter approached me today and bounced an idea off from me for a once-a-week show on his channel. And we'll reveal the name a little bit later in the show. Well, it was down to 2 names, and out of curiosity, I want to see what name the fans pick. But the name has already been picked because it's Bill's show. So, but we'll see. But we'll see.
That have been made.
Just in case he changes his mind. Rebecca's drinking it. No, I can't do that because Rebecca's been on the wagon for 6 years, and every now and then I tease her about being drunk, and that's not cool. That's not cool.
Right? You want to support them in their recovery.
Support their stuff, and
congratulations, Rebecca, for.
But it's like when people say, "Well, Kenny, you had weight loss surgery 5 years ago. Why are you still fat?" I said, "Well, I'm 250 pounds less fat than I used to be." So but I have a different sense of humor than most people. You can't fuck with me because I've been fucked with all my life. So it doesn't. There's that language again. By the way, I got to give a shout out to somebody here because I'm doing his podcast tomorrow. He paid me an ungodly sum of money. I couldn't believe how much he paid me. I'm going to be doing his show tomorrow to talk about 70s and 80s music, which is right down my wheelhouse. He's watched the show a few times and sees that I certainly enjoy talking about 70s and 80s music. So I'm going to have a lot of fun doing that one. And so I'll be doing his show. He wanted me to do it tonight. That's why I'm kind of busy tonight.
So then again, I have my own show to do, but that's
then again, I kind of had a month I wasn't busy tonight. So, but been dealing with a lot of stuff with my brother. A lot of stuff. God, I've been on the phone all day today dealing with stuff between FEMA and the land and selling the storage units, possibly selling the land or refurbishing the land. I feel like Eddie Albert.
Reclaiming
land. Refurbishing. Get my own plot of land, my little farmland out there. I've got 2 riverfront properties now. I own 2 riverfront properties, one on the Ohio and one on the Kentucky. We didn't know he owned the one on the Ohio. He didn't tell anybody about that one. But when the deeds come through, we were, what? We didn't know he owned that one. So there's been a lot of surprises with the biscuits and gravy razor affairs. If he only knew that I was the one that inherited all this.
And would have made him leave a will.
And that it would have, and that Mexicans are going to benefit from it would really make his day. His father would be proud. And people keep saying, Kenny, I hear, it seems like you still got some anger. I do, because he knew better than to do a lot of the stuff he did. I evolved. Why couldn't he? We were both raised around similar. His was worse. I'll tell you now, his was worse. Not much, but his was worse as far as the racism he was raised around and the homophobia and the transgender and all that, the transphobia, I guess you'd call it. But it just disappointed me Yeah, we had our differences politically. Shit, I have that with a lot of people. But I have a lot of people that love Trump that I'm still dear friends with. There's a rather famous wrestling podcaster, one of them, that, well, God, Kenny, you hate so many Trump supporters. Well, there's reasons for that. But this particular person, I get over it. And there's a few that I get over it. Y'all would be amazed. Y'all would be amazed some of the people. Y'all would be amazed some of the people that I interact with that are Trump supporters, and yet we still get along. Anthony Scaramucci worked for Trump the first time he came on this show.
I don't think you can call him a Trump supporter.
He might be more anti-Trump than me these days. So we do have some projects to work on. I'm hoping we have a decent turnout tonight, but I ain't holding my breath. I'm hoping that when me and Bill Apter start doing our show, maybe it'll kick some people over this way. I don't know what numbers he gets. I have no idea. But the news of the day is that I hope he gets that many. The news of the day is that basically anybody that had a name at Sportskeeda has been let go. Bill Apter, Vince Russo, Teddy Long.
The wrestling side of Sportskeeda is
the wrestling side. Yeah. Who all else was over there? The name recognition wise, Russo, Teddy Long, and Bill were the ones that I recognize off the top.
Yeah.
Sure. Russo was shocked.
Yeah. I don't Sportskeeda was such clickbait crap.
But allow me, what's the phrase to say? Blew myself for a second.
Hold on.
We were a big money making enterprise when I was over there. We were a big money making enterprise. And I worked for a measly, I'll tell you, I worked for a measly $200 a month, two times a month, 2 shows. And then they had some political differences with me. There were some people over there that didn't like me for my political views and that I expressed them sometimes. One of them is a dear friend of mine now that's a big-time podcaster who had the issues. And it basically had come down, it's going to be me or him. And I said, you know what? I don't need, and I didn't need the money that bad back then. $200 back then didn't mean jack shit to me, so I didn't give a fuck. So I said, you know what? Let him have the job. So I voluntarily left, and so let him have the job. Well, me and that person are friends now, but he didn't like my political views, and he did shows with me over there. And so I played the bigger man, as I always do. And I let him have the show. Maybe he needs the $200 worse than I do. And then apparently, Russo was I can't remember if he's over there when I was or not. But we were doing real good when I was over there because there were different fucking opinions. And then you get everybody over there where it's all a clickbait show to where they don't really actually talk about anything they tease you that they're going to talk about. They don't give you the answers to anything that they act like they're going to give you the answers to. And then they wonder why the show ends up not being a success and why it's not profitable and why it ain't making any money. And there's no differences of opinions. There's a reason that the Abby Phillips show on CNN is one of the most popular shows on cable news, is because as much as I hate some of these bitches, some of these racist fucks like Scott Jennings from Louisville, he's either playing a bad guy wrestler who's hired, well, like I used to be, who was hired to be a fucking hated bad guy, and that's his job over there, or he's a racist piece of shit, one of the two. Either way, he's like me. He's real good at his job. He convinced people that he was that asshole that he pretends to be on CNN. He's so good at it, he could be both. And it irks me that they give him a platform to spew that shit that comes out of his mouth. And then you got Mr. Wonderful over there. Well, Jeffrey Epstein's still dead. Well, no shit. We're aware of that. But guess what? Jeffrey Epstein's files can rat out a lot of fucking people, and eventually, they're going to. I do see the Virginia governor's already locked it up. Yeah, that's one Democrat. How are we looking at New York? We got any results out of New York yet?
Yeah, no.
Well, is he way up? Because he's got to be.
I would think, but
that socialist communist, is he way up?
I saw a funny thing where some.
By the way, I'm gonna cut funding if he wins. Well, that's real presidential. Yeah. Give the people what they want when you take their money.
Blonde right-wing influencer, YouTuber, very right-wing.
Yeah.
Had told people that she was gonna open up a URL called Hot Girls for Cuomo.
Okay. That seems to be a great idea for what he was fired for from his job.
Unfortunately for her, she didn't recognize the fact that you can't just say you're going to have this URL. You actually have to register the name, purchase the name.
So someone registered
the name. And
well, there you go.
Cuomo does not point to Andrew Cuomo political side.
I had a feeling it didn't.
Yeah, let's say it's not something that you want to type in when you're at work.
Probably not. Well, as my friends from Go Gophers used to say on the Underdog Show, whoopie doopie she'em Jesus.
Actually, it's not a porn site. What it is, it's the report on Andrew Cuomo from the sexual.
Which is still probably something you don't want to open up at work.
It's actually even better, right? And
probably so.
It's like, hey, look. Oh, okay. Yes, we see you, and we are doing what we can.
I love how these stupid shits come over here to try to get their shit in, and then they do it so early in the show that it did them no good to do it.
Yeah,
it's really weird. Oh, by the way, do you notice? You might not notice because I'm looking at it on a 70-inch TV. I noticed that my camera, which I got way back. You and I got our cameras at about the same time, right?
Yeah,
the 360s. My camera has never taken an update since I've had it because ever since I've had it, I've had the iMac. The iMac would not process the update. It kept taking me to a download thing that I couldn't figure out. Because normally I click something and it upgrades. Well, clicking this, it wouldn't do it. It kept wanting me to do some type of download. I didn't know how to do it. So finally I called my genius, the son. I called him. I said, son, this thing keeps taking me to do a download. How do I install a download on this goddamn thing? I say, I'm trying to update my camera. Because now that my iMac took the big 2-hour upgrade the other day and all kinds of AI shit it does now, the camera wouldn't work. I had to uninstall the camera. Then it would work. And then the minute you turn the camera off, it won't work again. So that's what I was dealing with the last couple of shows. It's that once I turn the camera off, now I got to uninstall it again. And then it would come back on. It wanted to take an upgrade to coincide with the iMac, to be compatible with an iMac. And so I called my son. He says, well, Dad, you just click the download. How you do that? Well, you download it and then you click it. How you do that? Well, look down the bottom. Okay, I see it. Click it. Well, 30 seconds later, my camera was installed and upgraded. And then, of course, I had to restart the computer. 90 seconds later, the camera looks better than ever. Because how long have I had this camera? At least a year? Pushing?
At least, I think, almost 2 now.
Yeah. Has it been 2 years since I've had the iMac? There's no way.
It's been a while.
Has it been that long? I thought it was about a year. Okay, maybe two. So I get back. God damn, the color, the clarity, the brightness, the light, everything looks better than ever. I've never had the camera look this good. Yeah, I sent Christopher a screenshot up. I sent him a screenshot up. He said, damn, that's clean. He said, your pictures normally look pretty good when you take screenshots off the show. He said, that is clean. I said, well, that's because it took a damn upgrade after maybe 2 years, according to Bob. I guess I need to go back and look at my Amazon receipt. That'll tell me because I got the camera and the iMac at the same time off Amazon. And, but yeah, shit. So I don't know if you guys out there notice it watching the show or not, but this thing, as far as lighting and clarity, God, it's clean. Give me full screen again for just a second. Let me back up a little bit where you can see the red and the black.
Oh, sure.
Give them a little bit better chance to take a look at it.
And there we go.
Yeah, it's a little better. So, but no, the lighting and, let me kill computer. Change dim light 3 to blue. Okay, it takes a little bit of the glare out back there. And, but yeah, everything else is just soft white lighting. But I don't know if y'all notice it or not, especially if you're watching on your phones, you might not notice it. But the clarity, when I'm sitting there looking at it on a 70-inch TV, is just a substantial upgrade from what it was. Okay, welcome back, Bob. Welcome back. Thanks to Bob being here to help me out tonight, being as it's not, it's nerd night as a rule. But Bob was kind enough to come over here and help me out tonight, and I appreciate it. Oh, so much shit going on. If y'all got any questions, anything y'all want to know about my brother's situation, how all that is going, ask. I'll answer anything y'all want to know about. I mean, overall, 6 months from now, I think it's going to work out pretty good, especially for my charity. But it's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. And do remember, and as I told a lot of people yesterday, I didn't want this shit. I said I'm hypocritical to take it because of us not speaking and our differences that we'd had, you know. And then they said, well, if you don't take it, the state's going to get it. I said, well, under those circumstances, it's me and my charity or the state. All right, I'll take it. And then, like I said, we had our differences over the Mexican thing that he pulled. Now I get to help some Mexicans, Filipinos. A lot of people with dark skin are going to get help. Well, that's going to piss your brother off. Yeah, it would have. But he ain't gonna know a thing about it. So, and Kenny's awful icy about death. I am. I get over death real quick. I cried the first couple of days. Then I got angry because we weren't speaking. And then I think about why we weren't speaking, and that made me madder. And but I still loved him. He's still my brother. And the Raylan Givens thing. We dug coal together. Well, he was my brother. And we had a lot of good times. We shared a lot of great times. But the political differences were bad enough. It was bad enough he was a Kentucky fan and I was a Louisville fan. I purposely put him in. I purposely put him. What?
I'm just seeing a story. A UPS plane has crashed on takeoff.
Yeah. You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh, I thought I sent you the video. No. Oh, no, I can't open my doors. It's 4 miles from my house, Bob.
The smoke is probably so.
Yeah, it's real bad. And we've been ordered not to open our doors. The dogs can't go out. Eunice was writing me, please stay at, Paul RJ from upstairs. Kenny, is this close to you? I said, yeah, about 4 miles. It's real close. Well, shit. I don't know. Well.
Goodness. All right. Okay. No, I've not seen that until just now, Rebecca. That's shocking. So, yeah, Paul RJ, I watched Saturday night.
I'm doing the show, hun, and I can't take your call, but I'll get with you right after the show.
Monday Night Raw last night, last night. And I'm a little interested in this tournament that they're doing.
Kick me out, Bob, so I can take his call.
All right. There's Kenny. I'll give myself the big screen there for a minute. So, I watched Saturday night's main event. I thought the matches were all good. I was a little surprised that CM Punk went over completely clean on Jey Uso. Not surprised Jade Cargill went over strong. Not surprised in the other matches. The booking, I don't know that I'm going to call it stale. I'd say it's getting predictable, right? But there are some potential stories that can be told coming out of this. I think part of what's going on, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just bad WWE booking, but I think part of what's going on is they're waiting for John's retirement because they don't want to do anything that's going to overshadow that. So I think after the Saturday night main event in DC, John has his final match. Whoever he's up against, then they can get into Royal Rumble season and start telling some really good stories. There are some things that are kind of floating out there. So what's going on with Jimmy and Jay and Roman? What's going on with Logan Paul after last night? The ladies are telling some good stories with Kabuki Warriors and Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. I'm not a big fan of the Becky Lynch angle with the what's her name, Maxine Dupree. But whatever. Um, I mean, different strokes for different folks, right? People like different things. I think they need to establish somebody to challenge Cody. I think the undercard titles are in pretty good shape. I don't know what they're doing with Rusev. That's kind of weird. It's like they want to push him, but they don't want to push him. It's like what they're doing with LA Knight. Like they want to push him, but they don't want to push him. The Wyatt Six, they bring him out for a minute or two and then disappear them for weeks on end. And I think there's just a lack of consistency in the storytelling right now. And I think that there is thanks, Becky. I think there's a lack of consistency, and I think some of it's on hold for the John Cena grand finale. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I'm a big believer in letting things play out, because the story isn't told until the story's over with. So even when there are things that right now might not make a lot of sense or might not be real appealing, I want to give it a chance at least to have some sort of opportunity to grow on its own. I don't know why they're not willing to pull the babyface trigger on Dom Mysterio. Dominic is the most over guy, rivaling Jey Uso. I don't know why they're thinking about turning Jey, or if they're thinking about turning Jey Uso heel, because that Yeet entrance, I think the entrance is probably more over than Jey is himself. And WWE has a pretty bad habit of not changing things. Like, so if someone goes from a heel to a baby face, they still have the same entrance, they still have the same interactions with the crowd. The crowd wants to sing their songs or whatever. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me as an old school wrestling fan, as an old school wrestling, I've been following it since the late 70s or middle 70s. I was a big fan of the Crockett territory in the Carolinas. Yeah, I don't know that it was bad as much as it was a rehash, right? But again, I don't know what they're wanting to do with this. The perfect way to turn Don babyface is to have him save Ray, right? There you go. Ray's last match, he gets a chance to do something, go after something. 100 different luchadors come out and beat the crap out of him. And Dom finally comes out and makes the save. And there you go. There's your heel. There's your babyface turn. And the crowd that's already cheering for Dom. They were singing during the Ray interview. They were singing "Dirty Dom, Dirty." I'm like, okay, guys. Now Ray did a terrific job of getting them to turn back on Dom for a few minutes. And I loved the line where Ray talked about Eddie Guerrero, and Dom said, "Don't get my dad's name out of your mouth." So that was, we'll see. It was a good line. A good line does not necessarily ruin or save an entire promo. And it's the same thing. We've seen this over and over and over again. We need something different between them. And, I have heard some things today that said that Ray's rehab has apparently gone pretty well, but there's some talk that he might be ready to hang it up. simply because there's only so many. I don't know what I got on my shirt. Sorry, easily distracted here. There's only so many bumps on your bump card, as they used to say. So if Ray is ready to hang it up, then maybe he does something with Dom at Survivor Series where it's a hair versus mask match, and Dom retires at Ray so that Ray can go off into the sunset. If there was a wrestler in the WWE that Kenny could manage and elevate, who would it be? Well, I'll let Kenny come back in and answer that question when he's ready. But I don't think so. Let's say this is Kenny in 2000, right? Not Kenny today, because Kenny's physical health. You got to do this.
Yeah. I tried to add me and it wouldn't do it.
Well, no, the dynamic stuff is gone because of the fact that the sides and the stuff, the dynamic doesn't work. It works okay with 2 people. It does not work with 3 people at all. You get these little bitty pictures. And so I've made some modifications to the screen layouts.
I noticed people are asking a lot more questions when I wasn't in the room. What's up with that?
I don't know. So Paul RJ wants to know if there's a wrestler in WWE that you could manage and elevate. So let's say
from a wheelchair.
Well, I was given the stipulation that it was year 2000, Kenny.
My healthier days.
Y2K.
Year 2000. That's there now?
That's there now, right.
I still have not that I would manage her, but I would still love to. I got to see the match with who's my girl that beat Tiffy.
Oh, Jade Cargill.
I haven't seen that match yet. I gotta see that.
That Jade was strong in that match.
That's what I'm hearing. They said either Tiffy's heat or Tiffy's got heat or Tiffy's hurt.
Well, I think,
and I heard she's hurt, but
yeah, I think she's hurt a little, but I also think that they want to establish Jade as the Brock Lesnar of the women's division.
Well, that would be a good one to put that on, in my opinion. Throw some names at me, Bob, and I'll tell you if I agree or disagree as to who I would think that I could. Obviously, you want somebody, because Cena could talk. I even told Jimmy when he don't need me, but it worked due to the comedy aspect of it.
Right.
It worked.
I think someone like one of the Japanese wrestlers, maybe, who.
I'll tell you why Jimmy wouldn't like that idea. I'll tell you why Jimmy wouldn't like that idea, and I absolutely love Shinsuke. I don't know that Shinsuke needs a manager because of just how good he is. I wouldn't even think to put a manager with Shinsuke, but Jimmy would shit on that because of me dwarfing some of the wrestlers, especially as big as I was back then. But I'm still pretty big now. And you never want to make your wrestlers look small, but look at Heyman,
right? So but Heyman's big in
a different way,
kind of way. I mean, they wouldn't want to put you with Ciampa or Gargano. Those guys are too small, right?
I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. If that matters, if that even really matters.
What about somebody like Carmelo Hayes?
Well, Carmelo's not a bad talker on his own, in my opinion. Once again,
what I'm thinking though is an ability,
but somebody who can put some oomph, somebody that can put some oomph to tell the story to make people believe that this guy's the baddest son of a bitch there off planet Earth. I wouldn't shit on that idea with Carmelo because there's certainly something there. With Carmelo, he's not one of the ones I'd get rid of because there are some that I would.
Ilya Dragunov is a guy that I would like to see you with. Now, Dragunov's a small guy.
I don't even know enough about him to comment.
Just coming back off of an injury was a.
I'll tell you who I would unload. I don't know what they're paying him, but I don't think he's worth it. Who's the goddamn? I love Otis. I'd be a great manager for Otis.
That would be
two big fat fucks just clowning around. God damn it, he was married to one of the girls. He came back from another company here recently. Wears a singlet. Got the beard.
I was gonna
from
say
another
Andrade, but
no, not Andrade, but we're in that direction. Somebody help me out. He was married to one of the hot girls. Don't know if he still is or not. Another country. Fuck.
Rusev.
I do not like Rusev. Yeah, it's Rusev. The Rusev is a waste of space.
Yeah, I don't think they know what to do with Rusev.
Well, that could be. K-Swiss knew.
Yeah.
By the way, we got a few of you in here. We really need some help tonight for our people. I've got, and by the way, Naughty Nicole wrote me earlier, and she says, I got a condition. She says, I don't mind donating tonight. And I got this message a little earlier before we did the show. She says, Kenny, if you can raise 60 in the room, because we know we got a lot of people needing help. We got a lot of kids needing medication. Me. Okay. Yeah, Rebecca, I'll manage you. Rebecca, Naughty Nicole says that if you can raise 60 in the room, I'll match it. So I don't know if we made anything yet or not. Maybe Bob did a hell of a job. He got y'all asking questions. That's more than I can do. Maybe y'all are intimidated by me. I don't know.
Well, maybe it's because I was just talking about wrestling. Maybe we need to stop talking.
Maybe.
Bullshit.
Quit talking politics and they'll actually interact with you, maybe.
Could be.
We do have, looks like one donation. We have $15 from TC. That's something. So we got $15 from TC from the NC. And if we make 60, Naughty Nicole said she'll match that. So that's not bad. That'd be 120 there, and that'd be a big help. We also need to raise money for PhilaHealth for Yaeling's mother, because right now Yaeling's in the hospital about to be discharged. Why? Because is she healthy and ready to go? No. She owes 15,000 pesos, which is about $300, and they don't want to take care of her anymore. And her PhilaHealth has expired, which they apparently didn't know. And they have to reactivate her PhilaHealth, which is about $40. So there's 40 of it there. And so if we can, if somebody wants to sponsor that and take credit for it. By the way, tonight's show, StreamYard-wise, brought to you by Randy, the Macho Man Satterley. He has sponsored us for this month for StreamYard for the month of November. Thank you, Macho Man, because Bob has been devastated with outrageous finances and disasters and floods and typhoons and tornadoes, earthquakes, snow.
There's the floor.
Also that is all in right there where you do. I thought it was a separate area. I didn't realize it was right where you do your shit.
Work area.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay.
So that we did get a price on the landscaping that it's going to take to prevent the flooding from occurring again.
Yeah,
$3,200. We did take care of a gallbladder surgery for Jenica Jean, the Jelly Bean. That was a
few $100.
$450.
Yeah. And then we might have another one just like it going out for Eunice's mother, who might have to have gallbladder surgery, but she does have PhilaHealth. Jenica Jean did not. Yeah. I don't know why, but she didn't.
I don't know either.
And but Eunice's mother should not be as bad.
$1.99 super chat. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And plus, he
question in bands of the 70s that you want to see live in 2026. So if you're going to say, do I want to see Led Zeppelin at 70 years old? No.
But this thing is going to get better. No. There it is right there. Yeah, there it is.
Do I want to see? I mean, I would love to have seen in their prime a Led Zeppelin. I'd have loved to have seen in their prime Styx or Queen or
Lorelei, Let's Live Together. I love that song.
I love older groups of the 60s groups like that.
Hey, you got Five Guys up there. I didn't notice.
There you go.
See, I haven't been very observant tonight. Five Guys. Welcome Five Guys back aboard with us. Yeah. So Natasha.
We won't mention who's not there. You might notice from if you're observant.
They are gone, aren't they? They're gone. Okay.
I mean, I saw the Monkees after Davy Jones passed away, and it's just not the same, right? If the original band members are not all there, it's not the same.
I don't even know why Peter was part of the band.
Actually, he
But
was
now
one of the
Michael
better
Nesmith was apparently the musical genius of the band,
Yeah,
right?
Nesmith was actually Torque was a musician. Also.
Peter Tork, yeah.
But
Well, actually, Davey was the one that wasn't, right?
yeah, no, he's
No,
the one,
no, or was it Mickey? Mickey Dolenz.
Davey apparently could play the drums to
Yeah.
a reasonable degree.
One of
But-
them had no musical skills. Was it Mickey?
Mostly it was Davey. He had no musical skills.
Most of it was Davey, okay, because Mickey Dolenz.
Yeah,
And Mickey was very entertaining.
well, and Mickey and
Mickey
Davey
was
were
certainly the
actors
comedy of the team.
who were already under contract with the studio, and so they're like,
Yeah.
okay, here we can use these guys.
Yeah. Mickey seemed to have television comedy experience.
Yeah,
The other ones were kind of
Actually,
just,
there
but
was
Mickey was an entertainer.
Big Top, I think it was.
And this guy's going, I never dreamed we were going to talk about the monkeys all night, but I didn't either. I'll tell you, I just watched him on a CBS special about a month ago. Earth, Wind, and Fire is still badass. And Earth, Wind, and Fire Chicago together is even badder act, which I saw at the Yum Center a few years ago.
Chicago has had several of their original members pass away.
Who has passed away recently? Because they had like 3 or 4 main members. The trombone player has been one of the guys. The guy that has the keyboard strapped around his neck, he's one of the originals.
Well, Terry Cath, who was one of the founding members, he died in '78.
He died a long time ago. Yeah, I remember Terry Cath.
But
they never brought back
one of
the
his
guy that
drummers.
sing. They never brought back the guy that sing "Feeling Stronger Every Day." Peter Cetera. Never brought him back for some reason.
No, I don't know. That's weird.
And he's still alive, isn't he, Peter Cetera?
Yeah, I believe he is. Yeah, let me
Yeah.
see what the Google.
Peter
machine
Cetera
has.
had a great voice. He really did. But I was a 70s disco guy. I loved the Earth, Wind, and Fires, the Ohio Players, the Brothers Johnson, Donna Summer. I also loved some Pat Benatar. Huge on Tears for Fears. I don't think there's a better band in the 80s than Tears for Fears. They
So that was more new wave.
it wasn't what people thought I would like. When Shout came out, Shout was the first song that got my attention. And then I went back and listened to their first album, and I really liked it. And then Elemental came out after him and Smith broke up. And Elemental was great, and he said it's great because I'm the one that does all the music. I'm the talent. This is the reason the group is still called Tears for Fears. Roland Orbison, I'm the talent. It's my group. So I'll keep the name. So he's an arrogant asshole. I'd love to interview him. I love Roland because Roland's got that confidence. He's an ass, and he'll tell you in an interview, well, I'm a bit of an ass. So from Bath, he's from sunny Bath, England, is where he's from.
Bath.
And but no, I'm a huge Tears for Fears fan. So when we do the show tomorrow, if you want to talk about Casey and the Sunshine Band, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Chicago, the Brothers Johnson, Donna Summer, God, who else? Not so much on Wild Cherry. Wild Cherry had a couple songs I liked.
Yeah.
Grand-
Parliament? Did you like
Parliament Funkadelic? Oh, I had all their albums. Yeah. Make my funk the P-Funk.
The Bee Gees were the
I
disco.
want my punk funked up.
White men face of disco with the Bee Gees.
I was not a Monster Bee Gees fan, but I do remember buying the 45 of Jive Talking, and then of course I bought the Boogie Nights Saturday Night Fever album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Boogie Nights that was Heatwave. I was a big Heatwave fan. Heatwave had some damn good songs. Always and Forever was a beautiful slow song. Boogie Nights is one of the great songs of all time. If you like that type of music. And strangely enough, Jimmy and I both loved all that music. So I come back and we lose 8 viewers. And I'm not talking politics. And what do y'all want? Maybe just me and Bill will go do our own shit.
That would be kind of funny. Hall and Oates cage match theater. Always hate
and they split up. They don't speak to each other, right?
Badly. Bad.
What's that over? What's the heat there? Do you know?
I don't know. I was going to make something up, but
well, all right. That's my job. I'll make something up tomorrow.
Hall thought Indiana should have been ranked number 1, and Oates.
Well, yeah. Well, they should have been, and I'll talk about that right now. Strength of schedule. I don't give a fuck who Ohio State's name is. Strength of schedule. The way they're beating the shit out of people, and I'm not an Indiana fan. I'm barely a Pat McAfee fan because I think I know where Pat McAfee lines up politically. But he doesn't try to shove it down people's throats, so I cut him some slack. And Pat McAfee, whatever you want to say about him, is an entertaining sumbitch. He'll do anything for a television show, be it wrestling, college game day. He's an entertaining sumbitch. And he loves his Indiana and his West Virginia team because he lives in Indiana and he went to West Virginia. West Virginia with a shocking win last week.
And
I forgot who they beat, but they weren't supposed to win.
He has no embarrassment in him, which I think
you can't, much like my brother, you cannot embarrass Pat McAfee. And I normally judge people's intelligence when I look into their eyes. And when I look at Pat McAfee, I would think he's dumber than a fucking box of rocks, but he's not. He's smarter than he looks, as some people would say. But there's something about some people that you can look into their eyes and you can almost see the level of intelligence they've got. And it works more often than it doesn't. Because I'm rarely wrong when I look at that's a dumb fucker. And more often than not, there you go, Bob just showed you. And Pat McAfee's got that look that if you and it's not a look he's trying to put on. It's just his natural look. That doesn't look like there's much going on behind those eyes. But he's smarter than he looks, I'll give him that. And very bright about football. Now, about other things, I don't know, but he knows his goddamn football. I'll give him that.
And he's entertaining on the wrestling when he does the wrestling commentary. It's very entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, he does a great job.
Anyway.
Does a great job, without a doubt. I told Dutch and I had a lengthy car conversation yesterday. He called me while I was in the car coming back from Carrollton on many of my adventures out there, and Chris will answer the phone. So we answered the phone and had a lengthy conversation with Dutch, and I told Dutch point blank, I said, not blowing me or you, but you or I, either one, could sit at that desk and do a hell of a lot better job entertaining the people than what's going on right now with a lot of those commentators. Booker T, as much as I like him, is a bit repetitive. It's kind of the same thing. You know, it's not like with Lawler, you know, yeah, he had his go-to lines, but Lawler, especially if you're letting him be the bad guy, Lawler, he was an incredible fucking commentator and would give you something different every time. But when they turned him into the puppy guy, yeah, it was a little bit different. When it was all puppies and going crazy about bra and panty matches, one of the greatest lines he ever had, they did a big video package about somebody that had passed away. And then they come right back to a bra and panties match. And Lawler says, well, can't grieve forever. So, get over it. He's dead. Woohoo! Puppies! So, and that just went into my headset for some reason. I shouldn't have done that. That elevated. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. He had one song I really liked a lot, and that was Ramblin' Man. Ramblin', Gambling Man. I love that song. Was that the name of it? Ramblin' Man? It was a rambling, gambling man.
Yeah, I think so. As opposed to the Allman Brothers.
Rolling Stones had a few I like, woo-hoo-hoo, whatever that song was. I kind of like that one a little bit.
Ramblin' Gambling Man is the Bob Seger song.
Is that the name
Ramblin'
of it?
Man is the Allman Brothers song.
Okay, I liked the Bob Seger version better. The Allman Brothers Band, that song wasn't bad. But I like Bob Seger's better because it just had that beat, man. You walked into a nightclub and you walked into a night.
Ever should have, or sorry, Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, you walked into a nightclub, which I didn't do much, but I could see you walking into a nightclub and you hear that. That's going to make you want to get up a little bit.
I like the Stones. I like the earlier Stones. I'm especially.
I know you like to get stoned. I can see it in your eyes. You and Pat McAfee, probably. Well, McAfee, you know what? And McAfee might be all the dope he smokes because McAfee admits he smokes a lot of dope. So maybe all of the intaking might be the glazed look that you see in Pat McAfee's eyes. He probably does a lot of the Pat McAfee shows that way. Jefferson, hello there. I know you're Filipino because you call me sir. So that's how that works. Paul RJ down in Australia got news of the disaster here in Louisville tonight. Oh, the reason I had to kick out and take that call, that fucking plane, I just got word from the north, hit a fucking fuel, it had 250 tons or gallons or whatever it was of some fucking dangerous fuel. This is the rumor from people on the inside that claim they know. That's why they're warning everybody to stay in their house. We have all been told, do not open your doors, don't open your windows. If you got air conditioning or heat, get some type of filtered air in your home. Don't be breathing that shit. So my air system is on. My doors are closed. Hopefully the dogs can hold it for a long time because they might have to. But yeah, it's bad. It hit some type of fuel tank. It hit a junkyard that we used to shop at to get parts for our cars. And, but yeah, it hit some type of fuel tank thing. And I can't remember if it was 250 gallons or maybe 250,000. Whatever it was, that was why the explosion was so goddamn big. And if you haven't seen it on the news, there's clips of it everywhere. The plane hit John Soda Pop Stash. Comedy's hard. Comedy is extremely hard, especially the Australian version.
Now, if it hit whoopie pies.
Yeah, then there'd be some problem. I never did get my 40 whoopie pies I was told I was going to get. Never came.
Or the 20 that he actually agreed to.
Never got those either. I didn't get it. I asked for 40. Was promised 20. Got none. Need to have a word with him.
Maybe he's waiting for John's retirement.
Kenny, your family. Yeah, well, you screwed family over is what you did. So, well, let me check. Hopefully somebody's donating something because we're not going to get that sick. Are you shitting me? One donation tonight out of all this, Bob. One donation. Guys, this show's about to end because we've been here how long? 50 minutes.
Yeah.
One person has donated. That's TC from the NC. One fucking person has donated to help these people. We got the lady that needs the Philahealth. We got 7 kids that are sick right now that could use 20 or 30 bucks a pop to help get their medications. And everybody in here chatting tonight, we can come up with 15 bucks out of one guy. And if that's all you give a shit about him, then I don't give a shit to do the show. I'll do one tomorrow and make some money on that one. I'll do one with Bill After on Wednesdays and we'll make some money on that one. But if that's all y'all give a shit, if y'all begging me to retire that you don't want to help these people, then just say the word. Because I'll go away. Because Jesus Christ, that's why we're here, is to help these people. And out of everybody that's in here chatting, y'all ain't got $5, $10. And I know y'all get sick of me bitching at you about it. And maybe that's why some of you don't watch. Maybe that's why some of you just refuse to donate. Well, I don't have to donate. I got my own problems. Well, if your problems are so goddamn bad that you ain't got $5, I don't know why you're watching this show. You ought to be out trying to figure out a way to make $5 goddamn dollars. Because I donate a shitload of my own money. So does Bob. To try to help these people. We're not asking you to do what we do. We're asking you to do a fucking little bit. And when we've been here 50 goddamn minutes. We're answering all your goddamn questions. And one of you cared to donate 15 bucks. And he ain't even watching the show. He's working. He knew we were doing a show and wanted to help. Kenny, what we're going to do? Nicole wants to help. But she wants the rest of you to do a little bit. If the room will do 60, I'll do 60. Well, that's pretty generous. So, I'm going to give it 13 more minutes. And if y'all want me to quit doing the show, just say the goddamn word. And I got other shows I can do. The words people might actually fucking donate. Because that's why I'm here, is to help people. I don't mind entertaining you. I don't mind having some fun. I'll even quit talking politics if you want me to. Whatever will motivate you all to come up with $5 or $10 goddamn dollars to help people in need that are less fortunate than you. That's all I'm asking you to do. And if my entertainment ain't worth that, then I'll go away or y'all can go away. I don't give a shit. Because that's where I'm at with it right now. Because it's gotten ridiculous at what some of y'all do, which is nothing. Now, you know who I'm talking to. It ain't Paul R.J. It ain't Rebecca. It ain't Zach Bonifer. You know who you are. And then I had a relative tell me the other day, he fucking went to Mexico recently. Traveling all over the fucking world, but he didn't have $20. Well, Kenny, I'm getting ready to move. Okay. Every fucking excuse in the world not to have to, from a relative who never fucking donates, by the way, but always wanting a favor, always wanting attention on his show, always wanting to hear his name mentioned. So if y'all don't want me to do this show anymore, fucking say the word. Because I got other shit to do. And I got other podcasts to do. And I'll just do those. So y'all just say the word. And that's cool with me. All right, so we got 13 minutes for some decent people to come up with a grand goddamn total of $60. Paul RJ from Australia, $15. So we're up to 30. So now we just need 30 more dollars. Thank you, Paul.
$50 to donate that 30.
I'm not eating for. Paul says he's not eating for 3 days. He's probably right, because it cost Paul about at least $25 to send me the 15. So that's what Paul did. That's what TC from the NC did. And the rest of you that have been here dominating time, and I'm not asking the Filipinos to donate, because those are the ones we're trying to help. So I'm not asking them. So y'all just don't give a fuck to help anybody? Because that's why I'm here. This ain't the Dutch Mantel show to where you go over there and line his pockets. Yeah, I'm talking shit on Dutch. Or any of the other goddamn podcasts that line their fucking pockets and don't do shit for anybody. Because there's a lot of them that thump their fucking Bibles and don't do fucking shit for anybody. Well, Kenny, you got a dirty mouth. Yeah, I do, but guess what? I help a lot of people. I said something the other day, and the guy, well, that could be considered racist. I said, well, let me tell you something. I have fed more dark-skinned people than you've ever fucking shook hands with, and you're an old motherfucker. So call me a racist. Feed the goddamn dark-skinned people that I feed on a daily basis for the last fucking 14 years. And then call me a fucking racist. So, and you know who I'm talking, well, I know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And most of you all do too. So we got $30 out of 2 people. Naughty Nicole says she'll do 60 if we can get 30 more in the next 9 or 10 minutes. Thank you, Paul RJ. Burns me up that people can be that goddamn selfish. We're over here trying to entertain you. Who the fuck else gives you a live interactive show these days? Who?
Scott Jennings.
He does. And he also is a racist piece of shit that don't help nobody.
Because they just talk all over each other.
Well, they just talk all over each other. Yeah, well, you've seen how mad you can get watching that show. And then they all talk over each other, no matter how hard Abby Phillips tries to get them to not do it. So I don't mean to get so goddamn angry, but fuck. Because this has gotten to be show after show after show that people line up in here to get their shit in and then do nothing. And I tell you when the show starts while we're here, what we're doing. This isn't the Conrad show. This isn't Dutch Mantel's show. Name some other ones. Anybody on fucking Sports Keto that all just got fired. We're over here to fucking entertain, answer your questions. And there's a lot of Bible thumpers out there that don't do fucking shit for anybody. And there's a lot of them. A lot of them. And they don't do shit for nobody. It takes the atheist to fucking feed foreigners. Louisville metro area homeless. People of color.
Donate so Bob can color his hair. There you go.
There you go. So, well, that
for a $100 donation in the next 5 minutes, I will let someone pick my next hair color.
I wonder who that'll be.
Won't be anybody.
Who that'll be.
Now, I didn't necessarily say I'd let that person pick my hair color.
I was a little shocked that you have not gone to a color. This is about as long as you've gone for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I'm letting it grow longer.
What color y'all want me to dye mine?
Blue.
That's a pretty professional corporate haircut I got going. This is courtesy of my neighbor upstairs, T the barber. T the barber. Not who was that other barber? Brutus the barber. Yeah. No, this was T the barber. And T come down here and did my hair for half price for me.
Brutus the barber.
He was going to do it for free. I said, no, man, I got to pay you something. And he did it for half price. And then I kicked him in 20 more so he could get his spare.
He asked for a discount on top of that.
Then I asked for a discount after that, yeah. But no, T does me a lot of good. He's a big help to me around here.
Zoran Mamdani will be New York City's next mayor.
So Trump is going to cut funding for New York now because the guy he didn't want to win. So now he wants to starve out New Yorkers and not give them their fucking money that has already been lined to them. But New York has got a counter plan. They've got state money that is going to benefit a lot of Republicans that they're now not going to get. But from what I've heard, how much to shave it bald, Bob. K-Swiss,
$10 million.
K-Swiss, I know who you are. You're not going to donate $100 for him to go bald.
$10 million.
Bob, go bald for $100. It's just hair to fucking grow back.
I mean, we'll go back, man.
Quit being a little bitch. Don't be a little bitch. Don't make me go off on you, Bob.
So would you go bald for $100, Kenny?
Would I go bald? Fuck no, I ain't going bald for $100.
What time?
I got pretty hair. I got pretty hair. I go bald.
True, I don't.
You'll get over yours. Hey, it might grow back black. You never know. Anything could happen. Shave your beard and mustache. Might grow back black.
Those do not
make it happen.
Grow back black. I promise.
K-Swiss, are you going to make a donation after everything I just said? Are you going to do anything? K-Swiss? K-Swiss probably said I've already donated. Because one time I think I was yelling at him, but he'd already donated. I just didn't realize it was him. So help us out, guys. We're $30 shy to get the. So if someone donates 30 more, we'll make 120 for the night. That's not so bad. That gives me a fighting chance to help these people to get the fill of health for Yaeling's mother, who owes $300. They're kicking her out of the hospital. You want Yaeling's mother to get kicked out of the hospital because somebody didn't want to donate $10 a piece? 4 of you? I don't get it. I don't get it.
For a $30 donation, we will let you have not that picture.
You know,
not that picture.
We got it. No, I can't have that one. You know what I do have? Kick me out for a minute, but I did find some new things tonight that somebody might like. Maybe you have an answer. Kick me out. Let me go get them. And I'll be right back. I got some things. Maybe even you will like. We'll see.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Kenny. Oops, let me over here. You still see the donations there. How much to shave it bald? I don't want to do the bald look. Sorry. I've had it short before. I mean, I had cut my own bangs once and done a horrible, terrible job of it. And in order to fix things, my the lady who cuts my hair had to cut it really short. I called that my Jethro, the guy from NCIS, Mark Harmon, whatever his character was. That was my Jethro haircut back in the days. But so my dad is doing good. I took him to the doctor today. He had to have a PET scan done. In all transparency, he does have a small spot on his lung that we're concerned about. And we're going to find out on Thursday, whether or not that needs some additional treatment or whether it's something that's just a spot and it's there. My dad is 88 now, born in 1937. Yeah, so my dad's 88. And doing really well for a man his age. He does need to walk around with a cane now, just to keep his balance. Not as, slower than he used to be, but then so am I. But mentally, he's still real sharp. And like I said, we have a doctor's appointment on Thursday to make sure that is to find out what that spot is on his lung. So, all right, I'll bring Kenny back in.
All right, so here's what we got. If this will help motivate anybody to do anything, we haven't really shown this or pitched it on the show in a while. And I do have at least 2 or 3 different John Cena pictures here that are autographed. The book is not autographed, but we will include an autographed picture with the book. So I've got John's book here. So if you got any kids, I can't imagine a kid out there that wouldn't love to have that book. And his dad sent me this quite some time ago, along with the big poster. I still got 2 of the posters left. The big $350 ones. I got 1 of each. Because one of them was in the trunk, and then somebody didn't pay for theirs. I wonder who that was. That would save the night, but that little bitch ain't going to do anything. So he can't even get in the show anymore because his word ain't no good. So that will, for $100, and that's a pretty good buy, to get the book and the picture autographed for $100. $100 donation to get you the book and the picture. My folks are 90. Shut up, Paul. You're always trying to outdo somebody. His dad's 88. You're making that shit up. Your parents are like 50. No, Paul's about 85 himself. And I got a few of these. I mean, anybody wants these, I'm happy to sign these for For a $20 donation, I'll send you some shit and make sure you get one of these too.
By the way, Jimmy is not that much taller than Kenny.
He's not quite.
That is
much.
Not to scale.
I found this, and I'm going to scan this and see what Google Gemini can do with this. That's where Rico threw me off the top rope at the Louisville Gardens when Jim Ross was there, and they wanted me to rehearse it, and I refused to do it. So I'm going to Google. I'm going to Google Gemini AI that thing, see if I can bring it to life. But there is video of this actually happening. I'm pretty sure it's easy to find. I just want to see what I can do with the picture. Jerry Lawler doing the Fargo strut in 1977. Jimmy Cornette took that picture. I'm also going to I'm going to snap that and see if I can bring it to life a little bit and send that to Jerry. But that's Lawler in the middle of doing the Fargo strut at the Louisville Gardens. Found that today. Okay. Here's what I got. I don't know where I got them. Hell, Bob might have sent them to me. I think they're signed. Now I got to figure out who the fuck sent them to me. Yeah, these are autographed, but maybe Bob will know. This is autographed. Well, Bob, give me full screen and see if you can read the autograph and know who this is. These are comic books and they're autographed. Or at least this one is. So see if you can give me full screen and see who is that? What is that book?
The Six Emperors of Sexy Beard Club. I don't know. It's not a.
It's sealed.
So all right. So I'll put that back up there, please.
Well, here's the back of it. That's the back of it.
I don't know who the comic book characters are, but the autograph looks like Jamie.
Well, that's as good as we can make that look, and that's number
Jimmy.
2. I don't know where number 1 is, but
I don't know.
That's number 2. So if you're a comic book collector, it might be something to have. I don't know. I don't even know where I got it. So well, there's that one. That one's sealed in plastic. This one is not. Oh God! Oh God! Bob's bound to know something. Bob's bound to know something about that one. Take my name down, Bob. That'll help. Can we take my name down?
Yeah. Yes, I can. But
Kenny's
just a moment to do this.
Kenny just being a little.
Because they changed the way where everything is. So
I mean, they changed all that. I didn't know that.
It's harder to find.
I mean, you can give me the big screen like you had if you know how to do it, and that might make it a little bit easier to see.
That's the biggest big screen. There we go.
Okay, that's good enough. Okay. Oh yeah, that gives me a much better way to.
The Patriot Pro Wrestler. Now, is that the Del Wilkes Patriot or is that the?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, God, Blackjack Lanza there.
Well, yeah, of course that's the wrestling. Yeah, there's the Sheik. Yeah, this is the wrestling one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be pretty cool for somebody. Mint condition, and it's signed.
Yeah.
Who's that down there? Who signed that?
I don't know. Seth, somebody looks like.
All right. Well, that one's autographed.
Let's see if I can Google the Patriot Pro Wrestler.
Now this one is sealed. No, that one's not. The next one coming sealed in plastic. Who we got here? Oh, that's Lawler's. Look at that. That's Lawler's comic book. King of Memphis.
So that King Jerry Lawler, 1971 comic.
Five
Patriot
Memphis posters.
Memphis.
Here's the back of it.
Okay, so that was actually published by Jerry Lawler Comics.
Yeah, Dutch Mantel on the back of it there. Handsome Jimmy Valiant, Terry Funk, Austin Idol.
One single issue, Tommy 2023, Rich. Jerry Lawler Comics.
That ought to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a one of a kind.
Memphis posters. Oh my God, look at this. It's got big center page posters in there.
Idol Mania, Austin Idol.
Those are 5 posters. Let me see if I can find any.
I was never a gigantic Austin Idol fan.
Oh, look at there. Superstar Dundee.
Superstar Dundee.
Christopher says Austin Idol should have got it over Hogan. And I agree with him. Idol was more talented, had a better, maybe not a better look. Here, Rock and Roll Express.
There you go.
I got a line I would have say right now, but I'm just not going to do it. I got a line I want to say, but
All
for the
right,
sake
folks.
of
We've been here an hour and 10 minutes, and we
Post
got
to the King. Well, let me show these comic books, and we're about to wrap it up. But yeah, I didn't even, I forgot I even had that, but that ought to be pretty cool for some comic book collector. Not everybody's got one of those.
There you go.
I do.
Jerry Lawler, Redneck King of Memphis.
This one here is autographed by the same guy, and Bob might have to do a little research. This one's in the plastic and autographed. And I had these in a box and forgot I even had them. I said, well, you know what? There might be some interest in these. Send me that pick, King. But what pick does he want?
He wanted the you getting tossed off the ropes.
Oh, he wants that picture? Okay. Well, trust me.
Six Emperors comic books number 1 and 2.
All right. Apparently, I have two of number 2. Is that the same one I had, or is that another one?
Autographs, brand new. Let's see if I can find a description.
Well, the plastic is on some of these. That's why there's a little bit of a glare. Here's another one in the plastic. I might have got duplicates of a couple of these. I don't know. So, yeah, they're autographed by whoever did them. I don't know anything about comic books, so I don't know. But that Lawler one's pretty cool. And then this is a great glossy autograph by Dundee. I mean, I could sign it too, and that way the King's autograph will be on there. But, yeah, and that's a glossy, by the way. That's a real nice picture right there. And Bill signed that one for me quite some time ago.
Looks like those comics were by a guy named Leonard Pigg, P-I-G-G.
Leonard Pigg, okay.
And
then I've got stickers with my home address on them that I didn't even know I had with the B0LIN Club logo. Need to start using those.
There you go.
We gotta have them.
Yeah. So Democrats won in New Jersey, Virginia, and of course the New York City election.
That was my prediction. Was the Queen sweep, and did Prop 50 go through, or has that been determined yet?
I think that is still open just after 7 o'clock in California. So,
and then the John Cena book. Look at those tires, and that will be included. That's $100. The book and an autographed John Cena picture for those of you of the ilk and the wealth that can afford such an item. So there you go, and it's all for charity. Every penny that you spend on these will go to help our people. And yeah, I'll send RJ. But RJ, you can't do anything with AI. I can't do. I have surpassed you in AI ability. I'm the king of AI. Ask Dutch Mantel, he'll tell you.
Dick Cheney. We didn't mention Dick Cheney passing away.
Well, and the Republicans trolling. You can come back, Bob. The Republicans trolling Liz Cheney over her father dying. That's classy. That's classy. Yeah. Gotta love that. Well, let's see if that motivated anybody to do anything. We're 30. What are we? $30 shy. It says I got money from somebody.
Yeah, $30 shy. We're an hour and 15 minutes in. It's an hour and 12. So
Zach Bonifer. I mentioned his name earlier. He never comments though. Zach Bonifer, $12.66. Where's that get us?
That gets us to be about 13 hours. Well, that puts us counting the $2 that we got in here from.
Yeah, we can count that.
We will count that. We're $15 short.
Zach Bonifer with $12.66, $2 in here. We have, let me make sure I got these right. Paul RJ's 15. There's that.
44.66. 44.
Let me check here. Okay.
I'm
making sure I don't read some of these.
35 cents.
Okay, so 15 from Paul RJ, 15 from TC from NC, right?
Yeah.
15 from Daniel Lemley.
Well, there you go, Daniel.
And Zach Bonifer, and I think that got us exactly there. Am I not right?
It technically we're 35 cents short, but I think
35 cents. Then we need some big money out of it. K-Swiss.
Thanks to Zach Bonifer
commented I am K-Swiss account
with his I can't give an even amount thing. But,
oh, my bad. Okay, now I got Thank you. So I keep forgetting who K-Swiss is. Thank you, K-Swiss. Appreciate it. So how far short are we there? Because I'm a stickler of the rules.
We are 35 cents short.
So somebody needs to make another donation. What? Okay, here's the rules.
A super
Somebody,
chat.
somebody that never fucking donates needs to donate because these are all regulars. Everybody that donated is a regular except for the $2 donation, and I'm doing their show tomorrow for an ungodly sum of money that's going in my back pocket, and I don't even have back pockets, so I'm anxious to see where the money goes. What else we got? Bob, did you see where I got paid $100 today to do a 90-second promo?
I know.
Right at 90 seconds, yeah. 90 seconds. I'm in the wrong business.
You should be in the promo business.
Just do promos. And the promo was on the guy that wanted me to talk bad about him. I said, okay, that's cool. That's cool. We can do that. And there's Naughty Nicole's money. We just got her 60. So with all that, we got to the 120. But every one of us, can one person in here who's never donated or not in a long time, can somebody some new money, $10, $10 out of somebody, anybody.
Oh, Daniel said he sent two $15 donations.
Oh, did he do two? Yeah. I thought I saw two. Well, then I thought I didn't. Okay, well, hang on.
Put us over.
Look. So yeah, if that's the case, that puts us over. So 15 out of TC. You've got money. You've got money. You've got money.
You've got money. You've got money.
All right, I'm gonna. God damn, it's not
money.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see if it works this way. Zach Bonifer, 1260. I'm going to count down. Daniel Lemley, 15. Daniel Lemley. See, he did do it twice. My bad, Daniel. So 30
Daniel.
Out of Big Daddy Daniel Lemley. Thank you, Daniel. Very sweet of you. Paul RJ, 15.
Thank you for
Paul RJ somehow just retracted his money. Paul RJ just somehow retracted his money when he found out Lemley donated twice. He said, "Oh, Lemley got me. I didn't know you could do that."
Yeah. So
he did it.
Thank you guys for loosening up Naughty Nicole.
Yes, Bob. Bob, I'm trying to stay on the air here for another week.
And her purse strings.
And her purse strings. I mean, she is named Naughty Nicole.
Love you, Nicole.
Oh, and by the way, Donald Flowers has told me that he is going to do something nice for us to kick off the Thursday night show. Hasn't said what yet, but he said it'll be a nice donation to kick the show off there.
Oh, a donation.
At least Thursday, we're off and running.
Right.
So I'm assuming he's going to do 20 or more. So we appreciate that. And thank you, Dan. I thought I saw two. And then when I said, well, wait a minute. Why would he do two 15s in a row? But maybe it's his budget. Not that Nicole. That's not the Nicole that donated. That's Nicole from the Philippines. Nicole's a beautiful young lady, by the way. Just had her birthday. She just had her birthday a few days ago. I think I showed you a picture of her, Bob. I shared her on my stories. I put a 27 on her jersey for her 27th birthday. Beautiful young lady. Just apparently had a breakup somewhat recently. You know, she's not interested in the king. Dadgummit. So I guess I got to appeal to one of the other 7,500 Filipino girls that might be interested. You never know. But now Nicole's a beautiful young lady, hardworking girl, works every day. She's sick today and went to work anyway. Are you at work yet? Because you normally go to work about 10 o'clock, Nicole. But no, that's not the Nicole that donated. But we did send her some money recently to help her with an electric bill. We helped her with some food. And I think we helped her. Yeah, we helped her with her birthday, sent her a little birthday money. So she could have a little cake and made her a nice little meme there for her. But now Nicole's a sweet young lady. Nicole thought I was mad at her because I've been swamped lately, guys, between work, because I still got to do that. Because thanks to food stamps being cut, we don't know. They claim we're going to get half of them. Who God knows when. We were prepared to get none. And then my Social Security check's been cut by $300. Thank you, Donald Trump. Appreciate that. You're a good man. Tired of all the bad talk about you. And if I'd shut up, there'd still be a shitload. 75% disapproval ranking between people between the ages of 18 and 29. Maybe those are the smartest group of people in the goddamn world. Because and overall a 66 disapproval rating against everybody. Republicans, independents, and Democrats. 66.
And lowest, I think I read that he had the second lowest approval rating ever for Republican presidents among conservatives.
I heard this topped the worst. Who was lower than him? I heard this one just topped it, and he beat himself.
Yeah,
because he had the lowest approval rating of all time, and
I mean,
then,
it's well known. I'm not politically lined up with the president, but I'm seriously concerned about this man's health, his mental well-being.
the mental both are fucked up. And hey, and you and I were the first to say Joe Biden should not have been in office.
No,
especially for years 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And you might have some questions about 1 and 2. There needs to be an age limit on the presidency. There used to be, most companies made you mandatory retire at the age of 65.
I mean,
I agree with that.
If you're a pilot, you have to retire at whatever 60 something, right?
Well, I think it's right at 60, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I agree. That is a stressful fucking job for an old man to be doing. Running the fucking country is a stressful job for an old man to be doing. And flying, I don't give a fuck if you're flying on a giant apartment or not. It will take its toll on your health. Flying is not easy on anybody.
Stressful, right? I mean,
yeah. So no, the old fuck who's evil, and let's face it, convicted rapist, convicted felon for falsifying documents to hide that he paid off multiple porn stars, including Stormy Daniels. And that's who the Republicans wanted to represent them and still done twice. Well, you don't have to tell me much about your party when that's who you think the guy is. You know, and my son even stressed to me today, Dad, you're not atheist, you're agnostic. I said, well, maybe the problem is I don't understand the difference. And he says, you don't. He says, you're agnostic. I said, okay, well, I'll accept that. Whatever I am, I don't buy any of the shit.
The difference is an agnostic will say, I have no way of knowing whether or not there is a God. It can't be proven.
Well, what do you label Neil deGrasse Tyson? What do you label him?
I don't listen to him enough to know.
Well, I do. And
if you absolutely assert there is no God, there is no higher power, that is an atheist.
Well, that's what he said. I guess he is an atheist.
It's a matter of faith.
And I think I've heard
no way to prove one way or the other, right?
Well, they say you got to have faith. Well, I say you don't. I should have been born in Missouri, but yet Missouri's got more religious people than any state I can think of. Missouri's the show me state. Well, they don't care. You don't got to show me. You got to have faith. What was that song? That was who was that? That was one of those 70 singers. You got to have faith. Who was that?
David Bowie.
No, it wasn't David Bowie. You know who it was. Stop it. He was a 70s guy. Maybe 80s. You got to have faith. I think he was part of a group at one time and then went on to do singles. I can't remember. Somebody out there knows. No, I'm not. Well, you told me you were going to work, Nicole. You said, I'm sick, but I got to work. That's what you told me. So you lied to me, Nicole. It's probably better that you stayed home. And I have sent you a fair amount of money recently. I gave you some backup in case you got sick and need to stay home. But then again, you said you're out of money again. So, I don't know. Hopefully you get paid soon. Her job is new. I don't even know if she's got her first paycheck yet. Nicole, when do you get your first check? When do you get your first check? And honey, I wish I could be more help, but we got so many people ahead of you now because you've gotten help before they did. I got to check a message here real quick. I got 3 messages that I don't know who they're from. Okay. I've been told to turn off my heat and air during this. All right.
All right. So now one last thing here before I want us to shut down. I have been told that a lot of the pictures that Kenny gets from these young Filipino girls are not necessarily what these people actually look like, and that this is what is actually happening.
I've been catfished.
Yes,
I have been catfished, sir. Yeah. Well, let me give you the ones
going to confirm or deny this.
Let me give you the ones I've video chatted with. Hang on here. I have video chatted with her, so I know she's real.
I video chatted with Paul RJ.
I slept with him, so I know he's real.
Yeah.
Hang on here. Ooh, look at her profile picture. Well, let's put it this way. If she ain't real, she's got a lot of pictures of somebody that ain't her. So I'll give her that. I have not video chatted with her. But she's got an awful lot of pictures of that girl, if that is not her. But no, I put the jersey on her, so shut up. Who else was there? We had
With AI, folks. I don't.
Daniel Limley broke up with me, but he sent me $30 breakup money, so that ain't bad. Zach Bonifer sends me odd numbers of money trying to make up with me, but I haven't accepted that yet. Let's see.
Ollie Anderson has not sent one dime in the last year.
He's a tightwad, but he blocks Filipinos for a living. It's how he makes his money.
Just being dead is not an excuse.
I guess when I wasn't in here, Paul RJ asked a shitload of questions.
He did, because he knew that I might have a chance to answer them because you weren't actually here.
You didn't have to say that. You just went into business for yourself on that one. You
I
did
did
not have to say that. Tell me you did not just see, I got the Booker T shit down. I know where to go with Booker. Paul owned this chat. Paul should send 30 more.
I don't,
Lord, Paul.
What I wonder is what kind of glass
Paul
Booker T gargles before he goes on the air.
I don't know.
I don't know about that. I mean, I can't even do it.
Okay, this young lady here. Yeah, okay, yeah, she's a very sweet young lady.
Well, believe it or not, I can imagine she would be.
Believe it or not, that girl is 40. She is, because you think if you're Filipino and you look like that, you just lie about it. She's 40 years old. We helped her with her kid with some medicine here recently. She's the one that's got a kid in the hospital. And when he was in the hospital, we got him a birthday cake. It was 600 pesos, $12. But we got him some cake and ice cream for his birthday. Kid's in the fucking hospital. Got his medicine. So we went a little above and beyond for him. But that young lady is 40 years old. And in the Philippines with no heat, no air conditioning, horrible fucking weather, sickness all over the goddamn place, to still look like that at the age 40.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen pictures of Jenica's mom and dad, Jelly Bean's mom and dad, and I thought they were older than my dad.
Yeah. They're
younger than I am.
The weather, the climate, and the conditions are rough. It's not easy to look like me or Bob. Bob going, shut up.
Even that, right?
Yeah, even Bob.
I don't know what I got on my shirt.
Oh, I told my son while I was on the phone with him, I said, Bob's got the same camera I got. And because I noticed when I got my upgrade on my camera, I'm seeing the little specks on my shirt that I'd never noticed before.
Yeah.
I said, look at it. I know you were doing the same thing when I was. And I've been told to turn off my air conditioning, that it's not good to have it on during this shit. So.
That's because it's bringing in outside air. Yeah.
Well, I didn't think about that. Rebecca. I know Rebecca's real because, well, we've had our way with each other back at the Louisville Gardens. I haven't had sex with her since she was 20. I know a lot. Never mind. Never mind. I can say I waited till she was 20. I'm the honky tonk man.
Honky tonk.
I'm the honky tonk man.
Oh, no.
I hope Becky ain't still watching. She's going to be so mad at me. Is that May Lali? Yeah, it's May Lali. You remember May Lali?
Yes.
She's only speaking to you, though. Maybe you was the only one.
That's because she keeps asking for money, and I said, nope.
Well, cold-hearted little bitch. This is Melody's mother. The young one named Melody. Melody's about to turn, I think, 18, I think. She's in school. We've been trying to help her get through school. That's her mom. I assume in her 40s, if I had to guess. That's Joan. How you doing, Joan? I didn't even know she was in here. And speaking of women in their 40s, sweet little Vanessa. Vanessa's had a lot of shit to deal with recently herself. She had the same thing you had, I think. You both had colonoscopies?
She had something different called a colonic cleanse.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's a different thing then.
Yeah. It all pretty much comes out the same in the end.
And she's trying to get, I guess, aren't you fast tonight? You must be taking that medication I take. Doesn't do shit for your fucking memory. Jethro Winchester. You know what?
That's the one who got
probably
banned.
okay, good. I get to read it now. You don't know what hard-earned money. I don't. That's true. I'm gonna go ahead and read it. You don't know what hard-earned money is. Your entire life, all you've done is ridden on a Jimmy C. Probably couldn't spell Cornette. And mooched off him and exploited and milked the welfare system. Guilty as charged.
That's how when Jimmy brought you into OVW.
Yeah. But well, wait a minute. Wait, let me do the math on that. Hang on here. I started in OVW in November, just to fact check Jethro Winchester, if that is your real name. I started in OVW wrestling in November of 1996. Jimmy came to OVW wrestling. That would have been August of 1999. 1, 2. That's pushing 3 years. It's pushing 3 years. And
it took you 3 years to ride his coattails.
Took me 3 years of riding his coattails at OVW before he got there. Jeff, you stupid fuck. And by the way, Bill Dundee told me that Jimmy had never done a thing to try to help me get in the wrestling business, which I still to this day. Because when he gave me, I called him from a phone booth at 117 West Main Street, LaGrange, Kentucky. Went down to the phone booth and called Jimmy, and he told me about him getting the job with Jerry Jarrett. And I said, well, I thought we were going to do that interview together. Well, Kenny, Jerry called me back in the office and offered me the job, and I'm going to lay the groundwork. I'm going to lay the groundwork, and probably within a year from now, I'm going to bring you in, and me and you are going to rule the wrestling business. I'll be the manager. You'll be the next Jerry Lawler, and we're going to rule the wrestling business. I said, all right. I can wait a year. Go ahead, Jimmy. Lay the groundwork. And I trusted him. I believed him. And then 2 years goes by, and then 3 years goes by, and not a sniff. And so I'm talking with Dundee a few years ago. And Dundee said, well, God damn it, Kenny, why didn't you tell me you wanted in the wrestling business? I said, well, fuck, I'm best friends with Jimmy Cornette and Jerry Lawler. I didn't think I needed anybody. I said, I hardly talked to you.
I thought that was Jerry Jarrett that talked to you about that.
Huh?
Not Dundee. I thought that was Jerry Jarrett.
No. Jerry Jarrett was pissed that Cornette never told him. Jerry Jarrett told me back in 2007. Dundee just told me a few years ago. He said, when me and Jimmy were running in Louisiana and Texas, he said, I rode up and down the roads with Jimmy every day. And Jimmy never mentioned a word that you wanted in the business. He told stories about you all the time. He said he never said a word that you wanted in the business. Jerry Jarrett says, I am pissed at Jimmy because he told me this in 2007. He said, I'm pissed at Jimmy because this was when Jerry was doing my podcast back then. And he says, I'm pissed at Jimmy because he never told me you wanted in. Of course, I heard all the stories about you. He never told me you wanted in the business, that you had any desire. Now that I know what you two are about, the money I could have made off you two, and you both could have been heels. The fans would have picked who they liked and who they didn't like. And he said probably half of them would have picked you and half of them would have picked him. That's fine. That's how that shit works. He says, but Jimmy didn't want he didn't even like downtown Bruno being there. And it burned him that Lawler put Hart on the A towns and Dundee and Cornette got the B towns. Hart and Lawler got the A town. Well, the B towns pay a lot less fucking money. Yeah. So that always burned Jimmy, that he had to compete with Jimmy Hart. And I'll be honest with you. I love Jimmy Hart. Hart and I get along great. Hart's probably a Trump supporter, but Hart and I get along great because that shit don't come up. And Hart has done nothing but treat me and Chris like gold. Nothing. The sweetest man in the world. Waited to have breakfast with Chris when we woke up down in Evansville. Hey, baby, come on over here and have dinner, have breakfast with me, man. Come on. Where's your dad? Well, he's still sleeping. Well, that's all right. Come on over here. Because Chris was down there by himself. So Hart invited him over to sit at the table.
Go wake him up.
Yeah. I don't think he said that. And but no, Jimmy Hart's been nothing but gold dust. But I'll tell you right now, Cornette was better than Hart. So I understand why he was pissed, because Jimmy eventually was better than Hart. Jimmy's first year there was probably a little shaky. But when he got his confidence and knew what he was doing, Jimmy was pretty fucking good. I'll be the first to tell you that.
Mama Cornette, she gave me this. Well,
no. Do you have a way to show the picture I sent you about Jerry Lawler today? Because you have a fly swatter in your hand, and this is now the time to show that. Well, I got it right here. But you might be able to show a better version of it. I found that That was on the cover of a program in 1976 at the
There you
Louisville
go.
Guard. That's Lawler swatting Bill Dundee. Now, if Bob has a way to upload that and show a much better version of it, that's great. Because I AI'd this thing and cleaned it up a little bit, and even made a little video out of it.
Yeah. Maybe
And
we'll show it on
colorized it.
Thursday.
Yeah, we'll do that Thursday. We'll do that because I made a colorized version of it that is amazing how real it looks. I just told it to colorize it, and I just thought it was going to turn everything.
Yeah.
No, it made it look like it was them. It looks more like Bill and Jerry than ever. We'll show that on Thursday.
All right.
And
on Thursday, we're going to reveal the John Cena final match tournament in its entirety with all the results.
Are we going to know that?
I'm going to reveal
What you
with
think?
my insider information.
All right, and
Either will
I
or
guess
won't.
so. So where did this Jade Cargill match happen, and how do I find it?
Saturday night's main event on Peacock.
Doesn't that figure? Okay. So I got to go to the cock, just type that in, and I'll find it.
Yeah, Saturday night's main event.
Okay, all right. See, I didn't know because I normally always enjoyed the Saturday night main events, but didn't realize it was only on Peacock. All right. Well, I'll go to Peacock and find it.
There we go. Watch the call.
Well, I've got something so dirty I could say right now, but
You could, but we're not.
It's about
because
it's about the Peacock and who it belongs to.
now it belongs to Jay Cargill.